Hey, what's up, everybody? Alf here with some news that I'm sure you all have been waiting for. We finally have some information about the upcoming move updates, the mid-season updates for this go-round in GBL. And I think if you were hoping for some real meta shaking changes, I don't think you're going to be super happy with these, but they are interesting and there's still some information we don't know. So some of the stuff I'm going to talk about here is pretty speculative until this stuff is sort of locked in and live. We won't know for sure. And of course, some of these updates may be seeds planted for future sort of limited meta, something like a Love Cup, where Pokemon that we wouldn't normally see in Open Great League suddenly become pretty relevant. Some of these moves might actually be pretty good in there. Some of these updates might actually make some of these Pokemon more relevant. So rather than solos, why don't we just jump right into what I think is probably the more exciting of the two changes, and that is a brand new move called Leaf Storm. We don't have the stats for this move yet, but the way that the move is templated, which is that it's a powerful move that will decrease your attack, the closest parallel we have is currently Overheat. This is what Overheat does. Overheat is an extremely hard-hitting move with a self debuff. If this move is as strong as Overheat, a number of these Pokemon acquire a great move. Now, these Pokemon, Celebi, Sunflora, Roserade, Lavenny, and Ludicolo all stand to gain this move. I think you can go ahead and just ignore Sunflora and Lavenny. I literally had to look that Pokemon up because I didn't know what it was. Their stats do not make them relevant probably anywhere with this move, regardless of how good it is. That said, the other three have some play here. This will be Roserade's 6th charge move, but if it's as strong as Overheat, Bullet Seed plus a hard-hitting move like this could be extremely powerful, extremely annoying to deal with. Celebi desperately needed another couple charge moves. It's not really functional as grass type. This helps, although yet to be seen whether or not Celebi can become relevant with this. Ludicolo is just really happy because, honestly, with the bubble nerf, it sort of pushed it out a little bit. This is another really powerful move at its arsenal. All of these Pokemon stand to benefit a little bit. The problem is that most of them have pretty strong movesets already, and for this move to really change their usefulness, it's going to have to be very good. Now, I do think that a Pokemon like Ludicolo stands to gain a lot from this move in, say, a limited meta, where it's one of the better grass types available, or it's the only water type available potentially. So I don't think that this is going to be meta defining, but I do think that's going to be a powerful move, and all of these Pokemon stand to benefit at least a little bit for it. So enjoy. I think this one will be fun. I think like maybe Superpower before it, we might see this move added to other Pokemon as well, and that's probably where things get really exciting. But Ludicolo wins, Roserade wins a little bit, although you may not even need the move, and Celebi definitely wins here. If you're a big Celebi fan, finally you might have a way to do it, although its fast move set is pretty unexciting. Speaking of unexciting, I have a big ol' pile of unexciting to show you. The second thing that seems to be changing is that we're getting Payback on other Pokemon. Hooray! Payback, the move they added for Machamp Community Day. It's a very hard-hitting dark type move. Here's the problem with the Pokemon they're adding Payback to. They're all irrelevant. Absol, the Cacnea family, Liepard, and the Persian duo, none of these Pokemon have the right stats to be relevant in any form of PvP. And for the most part, they all suffer from a different problem. They all have crappy fast moves. Liepard does learn Charm, but Charm plus Payback is just not a moveset you're ever going to throw Payback. The other ones, you're working with Feint Attack and Sucker Punch and Scratch. None of these fast moves are going to generate energy fast enough to make Payback relevant. Sure, Absol gets Payback. It could hit really hard with it, but Absol already had hard-hitting charge moves. It's not like it really needed Payback to make Absol work. Nothing is going to make Absol work. I'm sorry for you Absol simps out there, but it's never going to happen. Now, where it does get interesting is they're adding Payback to Bronzor and Bronzong. Bronzong's already got a vast assortment of really good charge moves. This will be its 6th charge move, and almost all of them are pretty reasonable. You might see Payback on Bronzong. You might even see some Bronzongs out there. It does improve its sort of psychic type matchups, but you tended not to need that improvement. Bronzong was already double resisting psychic type moves, so very rarely was Payback going to be the coverage it needed. Where I think this is actually interesting is Bronzor. Now, some of you still are having probably flashbacks of Bronzor mirrors in Little Cup. And I've been on the record a number of times saying that the easiest way to fix Little Cup is, counterintuitive as it seems, is to make the Bronzor mirror a less painful experience. Bronzor's bulk was kind of important to Little Cup, to making those battles feel like they had play to them. But that mirror was so miserable that you just didn't want to play it. Now that mirror is going to be significantly less miserable. Payback is going to give you the ability to sort of just clean that up, to just end that matchup in a reasonable time frame. We don't have any indication that Little Cup is coming back per se. I think it will at some point, just because I believe it was effective at getting players to try PvP for the first time. And I actually think this is a great change specifically for that one format. Otherwise, though, I don't know that you're going to see any of these Pokemon with Payback in any kind of traditional format. These are not necessarily the move updates. This one specifically, not a move update we were really looking for. And I don't think you're going to see a lot of this in play. So that kind of does it. I think we were all probably hoping for a little bit more, whether it be a slight sort of up or down tune to existing moves, maybe some other moves added to some Pokemon's options. I think one brand new move that seems pretty okay. I think a grass style overheat is a powerful move, although kind of like overheat, grass isn't a type that, like, grass doesn't need that much help, I guess is what I want to say here. Frenzy Plant's already very good. Grass Knot's already very good. They have a number of really powerful grass type charge moves that they can choose from. I don't know that another one is all that great, although I am a big fan of moves like this. I love the self debuff moves. I think they create really interesting play scenarios and play patterns, and I think they create a fun kind of complexity to the game that maybe we could use. I also do think that if this move is as powerful as Overheat, it actually will give the Roserade Sunny Cherim decision a little bit more interest. I think it'll be a little bit more interesting. And also, gosh, Roserade has a really good selection of charge moves, and you have to respect them all. So I think it's a pretty big bump there. And of course, Ludicolo is a absolute favorite of a number of us, and it's fun to see it get a different move. So tell me what you think. I'm curious to know if there was something else you were hoping for out of this move update. If there's something that you think they absolutely need to address, leave it in the comments down below. Leave a like, helps us grow our channel here. I'd love to hear from y'all. And well, until next time, friends, good luck with the battles.